gaggle. Who's first?
Jack.
Are you surprised that the ad has become the central issue in this race?
I don't know about that. I mean, I'll just say what I've always said, and that's that I'm not questioning his faith, I'm questioning his actions. From what I understand, the woman came forward again today to say that the central points of the ad are accurate, that she thought the whole thing was sadistic and weird, and she never talked to Rand Paul again. I asked him to answer a couple fundamental questions. Why did he join a secret society that was banned from campus and that mocked and is known for mocking people of faith? And when, if ever, is it appropriate to tie up a woman and ask her to kneel? So, this is a tough race, and I'm fighting for the future of Kentucky. And this is about who's going to best represent Kentucky and our values. I think I'm that candidate, and we've got 13 days to go, and it's one of the closest, most watched, hottest contested Senate races in the entire country.
Any regrets?
What do you think about Congressman Yarmouth's comments that he would put on?
I've talked to John, and he said that he feels like Howard Fineman took him out of context. So I think the people that have criticized it haven't really focused on the facts. And that is, when is it ever appropriate if someone's 22 or 42, just tie someone up and ask them to kneel down and worship a false idol? I don't think the women of Kentucky feel that's appropriate. I don't feel that people like faith in Kentucky feel that his past actions are appropriate. Again, I'm not questioning his faith, I'm questioning his actions.
Were you surprised at his reaction during the debate?
No, nothing about this guy surprises me anymore. I was joking with Coach Hall in there. He said, there was one time when Bobby Knight refused to shake his hand, and I just think that I'll always reach my hand out and just see if he shakes back.
How long will the ad run?
These things run anywhere between 5 and 7 days, and there are other things in the campaign that we're going to talk about as well.
So 7 days will be Friday. You expect it to come down on Friday?
I don't know. It could come down any day. I mean, this race is in dead heat. This race is close, and we're assessing how we continue to talk to voters, and I want to talk to voters about a number of issues. I mean, part of it is about whether or not Rand Paul has the character to serve in the United States Senate, because he hasn't served in the past. He's come out and said he's for a $2,000 Medicare deductible. He said Social Security's a Ponzi scheme that ought to be privatized. He said that he wants a 23% national sales tax. I mean, that's an agenda our seniors can't live with. I mean, they're on fixed incomes, and they can't afford that. And so there are a lot of things still to be talked about in this campaign.
Is it coming down today?
No, I don't know when it's coming down. So.
Do you feel pressured to take it down?
No.
Yesterday, Rand Paul in town said he had decided whether to participate in the KET debate. Do you expect him to show up?
I don't know. That's on him. I'm going to show up. If he doesn't take his ball and go home, I'm ready to fight for the future of Kentucky.
Did it feel like that? Did it feel like on Sunday night when he took his ball and went home?
I don't know. It was a tense atmosphere, but this is an important race, and I'm going to keep fighting right to the end.
Chris Matthews was really thrilled the other day, and you had said you had not talked to the woman on the substance of these articles. Is that important to your campaign to maybe talk to her? Does she need, for your sake, to come out and say something?
Well, Greg, I guess the Washington Post had a piece. She came out again today and said that the substance of the ad is accurate, that this happened. There's a gentleman that was in the secret society with him named Green who's spoken out and said this is what he did. 6 different news organizations, from the Washington Post to GQ to CBS News to Herald Leader, Courier Journal, printed this story. And Rand Paul's not denied it. He hadn't answered the questions, and he hadn't denied it. So she has spoken out. You go on hardball, that's the nature of things. It's always, have you ever tried to get a word in edgewise with Chris Matthews?
Would it help if she identified herself?
Yeah, that's well, I mean, she's been pretty clear that she's a clinical psychologist who just don't want her name used.
Did you ever think one ad would generate this amount of reaction?
No, I just know that we're in one of the hottest, most closely watched Senate races in the entire country, and this is a fight for the future of Kentucky, and I'm fighting for seniors who can't afford Rand Paul's agenda. I'm fighting for disabled veterans. who need the Americans with Disabilities Act and can't afford Rand Paul's agenda. I'm fighting for people who need non-discriminatory laws. I'm fighting for people who want to stand up for the Civil Rights Act. I'm fighting for people who depend on Social Security and Medicare. I'm fighting for minors who definitely need federal mine safety protections. This is a fight, and I'm going to keep fighting for the people who need someone to stand up for them.
So do you think the ad takes away from the issues?
The ad's about character, and the ad's about values, and the ad's not about Rand Paul's faith. I'll say it again, it's about his actions.
Governor Beshear yesterday sued the EPA. Have you been asked to join that lawsuit? Do you plan to do so?
Well, I've already stepped up on the cap and trade issue. Cap and trade's dead, and the EPA is trying to move forward administratively. I filed legal action to question whether or not they have the authority to do that. Governor Beshear and I talked very quickly about it. He went ahead and did it, and I'm going to have to take a look at it to see whether or not I'll join it.
One more.
Jobs are a huge issue in the state, and you have a jobs plan, hometown tax credit. Do you feel like that's getting lost in the shuffle here with media focusing on every other issue?
No, well, I hope we get a chance to focus on that some more, because jobs are the central issue of this campaign. We have 10% unemployment. We have 206,000 Kentuckians out of work right now. Effectively more are in a similar situation if they've dropped off the rolls or if they've stopped looking for work. And the difference between the two candidates is I have a plan and he doesn't. I mean, he's on record, Roger, as having said that people just need to take, I don't know if you've heard this, Senator, but he said that people need to take lesser wages and they just need some tough love. Well, that's not a jobs plan. And I've got a plan where Moody's has taken a look at it. And the reason I put it forward is I'm concerned that I'm an independent Kentucky Democrat, and some of what they've done in Washington just appears to be growing government and not providing incentives to the private sector to create the jobs of the future. So we're putting forward a plan where small and medium-sized companies can take a 20% tax credit. Estimates are to create about 750,000 jobs nationwide, about 11,000 here in Kentucky. I think it's a good plan. It's not going to solve all of our problems, but it's a start, and I'm going to continue to talk about jobs.
Thank you.